Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 15 of season 2 of the Owl House. Last episode, we got to spend some time with Amity and her father as she's trying to kind of follow in his own footsteps while he's also still trying to keep her on track for what they've had planned for her in their lives. And through this whole little trial and tribulations that they went through and endured in the episode, we also learned that Luce was also kind of bottling something up herself. That day was the anniversary of her father's passing, and she's not in the human realm to do her yearly ritual with her mother, and it's just weighing on her, especially with this adventure with Amity being tied to her father. It just really drudged up a lot of those feelings, and I love the way that they unpacked that all through the end. And then again, like with all the Blight stuff, I love the more we dive into that family and the interworkings of it, because it's so interesting to me the way that that whole family has this complex dynamic involved. You know, even the twins kind of had their moment in the episode, most specifically Edric as well. It was a really, really good episode, but I'm excited to get into the next one, so let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get a suggestion and vote about movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here, but at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. That all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 15. Them's the breaks, kid. Here we go. Oh, for a second, I was like, what's the one with the toy? Petrification. Oh, whoa! Thanks to Ida. What were you trying to do? Just no. What was that? It didn't look like an abomination, but it still fell apart like one.
A lot of his margin doodles are actually unfinished glyph combos. I thought
oh,
maybe they could
so she's
help with
trying
the
to
portal
recreate
door,
some of them. Oh, wait, that might have something to do with like whatever's going on with his body.
Maybe it's for the best.
I just miss my mom.
Maybe I could tell you a story. Like a backstory kind of story?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Aww.
This is the story of how I met the coolest, baddest, kick-buttiest witch of all time, Rain Whisper.
Aww. Let's go.
Titan's 5 humors. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's snakes? Give me one more question. All right. On Scabuary 40th, the day Bellows
Scabuary.
took an empire. Think that.
That ball is disgusting.
We don't have time to play around. Tryouts for the Emperor's Coven are just around the corner.
7 months isn't
Yeah,
just
speaking of
around
that.
the corner.
Okay, 7 months away.
I don't think that matters.
Yeah, sure it does. If it's a waxing moon, it's a 2-to-1 mix. But if it's a waning, the black root quills lose their oomph, and you gotta double down to a 4-to-1.
Well, holy shit.
You're correct. On both accounts.
Aww.
Imagine us both getting in. We'll train together.
Wow, no wonder she feels compelled to do what she does later.
We'll kick butt together.
Help demons and witches together.
Take over the world together.
Our
rival shall be crushed beneath our feet. Even the Titans shall gasp in fear. Yeah, like that.
No, look, we're gonna be late.
Oh. Aww. I like how Ida did airplane arms. Oh, look at them. Salador and wife. Why can't I remember her name? Whoa. Ah, no. Wait, was that Darius?
Principal Faust, don't you think you're judging these students a touch?
Principal Faust.
These students are already late to being early.
But if you keep expelling students, we won't have a graduating class.
Some students are irredeemable.
None of them are beyond redemption,
Aww.
I would stake my career on it.
Oh, he's like, bet. Well, look who's still around. Joke's on you. And our little mystery entrance. Oh, these little things just kind of swinging back around.
Miss Clawthorne, do you know why?
His horns have their own frames.
All your misdeeds, pranks, schemes, they have given me insight into the depravity that lurks within the minds of children.
I love these backdrop gags.
I thought there'd be more.
Oh my god. Her little Nyen face.
Plan on trying out for the Emperor's Coven together. Too bad you'll be ineligible when I expel you.
What? You can't do that. I'll be separated from Lily.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you filled the detention pit with green gelatin.
It was his birthday. He liked it. Please,
Aww.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Oh no, don't say that.
No child is beyond redemption. Didn't you stake your career on it?
Oh no.
Every year, Hexside participates in a special training program called Instructing Future Witches of Tomorrow. Unfortunately,
You expelled our most gifted student for chewing too loudly in the cafeteria.
Are you serious? Was that necessary?
bring back a blue ribbon, and you can remain a student here. Come back empty-handed, and I will savor the expulsion. And you'll go with her.
Can't believe I agreed to this.
This will be fine. Perfectly fine. You can go 5 minutes without setting anything on fire, right? I know you have a reputation around school. I'll wager those stories about you turning the school inside out are just urban legends.
That was a fun day.
Wait, did she literally turn it inside
It's
out?
a stress toy. Anytime you feel the urge to cause chaos, just squeeze.
She is going to break it. Oh, wow. I thought it would last a little longer than that.
Witches who successfully complete these courses have gone on to do incredible things.
This is going to be effortless for her, isn't it? Oh, what the heck? Why is it so empty? Chaos. Oh? This is interesting getting to see so many figures, like, at an earlier time.
Head witch of the plant coven.
Also, she was already head witch.
If what? Seriously? I'm here to help enhance coven know-how. Welcome to Heck.
That is much better and also funny.
Are you excited?
I love tests!
Only the best of the best will be rewarded. The failures will be ground into mulch for my garden. Illegal? Oh, we'll see about that, won't we, children?
I was gonna say, was that a metaphor, a turn of phrase? But no, she meant it.
Tell me, what makes the covens strong? Strength in numbers? A dark pact? It is all of those things, but it's also trust. Trust. So we'll begin doing trust falls.
Oh my god, don't tell Charlie.
This will be your partner. Now, close your eyes.
Wait, but won't she just kind of gloop into this thing? Yep. Illusion magic? Yep, okay, thank God. I mean, there's no way, right? But the thing was like, not again, so it has happened. But then again, it wasn't actually her that fell into it. Oh, hey!
You are, but you are a riot.
Aw.
Yeah, they always give us the off-brand junk. Let me try something.
Don't worry, I didn't spit in it.
Whoa!
What happened?
That's actually good. How'd you change the flavor?
Little trick I taught myself. Changing the chemistry of a liquid with sound waves.
Interesting.
You whistle loud enough, can you make all this less of a drag?
I wish. Always the same boring activities, same boring faces.
Oh.
Till whittle ol' me?
Yeah.
Oh,
How'd you get
shit.
those?
Oh, these are from last year. Maybe if you stick with me, I'll show you how to get one of your own.
All right.
Well,
I'm
okay.
Hawthorne.
Let's go.
Rain whispers.
But based on what we just saw, it's more like rain whistles. Teamwork. This stinks. But it works. Yes, the S. Oh God. Secret handshake and everything? Or victory dance, whichever.
Strength, wit, radiance.
You'll get one for being a dingus.
Well, you're gonna get one for
And they did.
Why do you come here? You're not like the other kids. You're cool.
Saint to Epiderm isn't cheap. If I make the school look good, I get a scholarship. What about you?
Oh,
I made a deal with the devil.
literally.
I think I'm being used to embarrass our vice principal, as if he doesn't do that to himself already.
Why does he just keep getting better every time we see him?
I've got a sister at Hexside. She's kind of my only friend. It'd be a bummer if that got taken away.
What's sad is what eventually separates them is Lilith's own actions. Well, one was going to go on and the other not either way. So they were destined to kind of be split as long as they kind of followed their paths. But Lilith kind of forced that hand.
This training camp is a joke. There was nothing challenging about those challenges.
Oh no.
Before we hand out any ribbons, I think we need one more activity.
Great.
Okay, my personal favorite game, Covens versus Wild. Look at your badges, and you'll see if you're a Coven witch or a Wild witch.
Oh no. Broke up all of the squads.
And to encourage you shrinking violets, I'll allow any use of magic. We're in half, people. Let's have some fun.
Oh my goodness, she is crazy.
I would have been such a good mom.
No, you wouldn't. Aw. Oh. That was a nifty little spell circle. Rain excels at the pizzazz. Yeah. What help?
She's one of us. Come with us. We've got a plan to catch all the wild witches.
Illusion magic. They're not really coven witches.
Don't you want a ribbon?
My parents say if I don't come home with a ribbon,
We're not.
I better not.
Never
come
mind. I
home
was
at
thinking
all.
if they could use, if they're allowed to use whatever magic they want, they could use illusion magic to trick people by covering up their badges.
Yeah, that's Rain, my classmate. Somehow they always have the best juice.
Wait,
And they
wait,
don't
wait,
share it
wait.
with anyone.
That is Rain. That's the same thing they were wearing, right? It looks like it.
If we take them out, the rest should be a breeze.
Is this a
You with
test?
us?
Maybe this is an illusion.
Yes.
Or maybe I'm just thinking way too hard about this.
Enjoying the show?
Yes. Well, your show is actually in violation of several school rules, convention hall safety guidelines, and child safety acts. I'm sure it's an honest mistake, so why don't we just stop this activity and...
Oh my goodness.
Oh, looks like there's only one crafty little wild witch left. Will the Covens win or the
Oh,
Scrubs?
never mind. Oh, the gemstone's a different color. Never mind. Oh, and the colors. I guess I was mixing up the actual outfit in my head with Rain's hair. God, Rain just hit that spike and it's perfectly fine. Yeah, Ida's not gonna let this happen.
What are you doing?
Wow, that was easy.
Showdown, perhaps? Let's give them plenty of room to...
Oh, you are gonna be sadly disappointed. That is not gonna happen. All the stress toys. Yeah, pound it. Aww. Fuck you, Teach. Ooh, a little scorched.
Few thorns, I see.
Yeah, well, we got tired
Earn
of your
some
stupid little
that should have
challenge.
earned some
Your
respect.
plant puns.
Yeah, fuck your puns. She'll respect it.
Delightful!
Yes.
Feisty witches do make the best leaders. I especially like you, Sprout.
Hmm.
I can't reward disobedience, so...
Oh, come on.
Poisoned.
Ah!
That's illegal too? Oh. Instead, no one gets a ribbon this year. Everyone loses.
Oh, rude.
Ida, I am so proud of you.
Aww.
Also, I think we're toast. My career
Yeah.
is over, and you'll be expelled and probably end up selling garbage at the night market.
Well, one of those happens.
Budding prodigies like Miss Clawthorne need to be nourished.
Oh.
Let him know I was quite impressed with both of you.
Well, look at that. Like she said, respect to the game.
Lily, I finally caught you. I never got to tell you about that weird training thing over the weekend. If I lost, I was gonna get expelled, and then we wouldn't be able to...
Ah, shoot. Sorry, Evelyn. Gotta go. Easy Steady Group is meeting. We can talk later?
Go. Don't be late. Ugh. Ugh.
Trade?
Huh? Rain? What are you doing here? Oh,
Transfer?
your scholarship.
I wanted to transfer out of Epiderm anyway.
Aw, let's go. Ghoul-Aid. Love it.
I've never had apple blood before. This stuff is good.
Oh my god. You're gonna be having a lot of it.
We were inseparable.
Oh, they're all... Well, ain't that the cutest? Aww.
Ah, Rain. You better be okay.
Please don't cut to something horrible.
Look how well you're doing now.
I just wish these headaches would go away.
Keep drinking your tea, and you'll forget all about the pain.
Oh.
Have a good night, Rain.
Wait, but... Is this an act? Oh, shit! It is! Wait.
A draining spell. This is worse than we thought. Any way to counter?
Oh, are they working together with
I'm
Darius?
not putting her in danger again. We'll figure something else out.
Oh!
I'll keep you safe, Ida. I promise.
Oh. Fuck. Okay, God. So that was, whoo, God, whoo, what you, oh, it was all fun and games, la 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 la, and then just like a emotional gut punch right there just before the credits. So every time she's brought this little brew to brainwash, and maybe at some point it had been working, but as we learned in the flashback, Rain can do the little whistle and alter these drinks, maybe one of the times. So I don't know if it's all been an act, even when they encountered Ida in during the whole parade or whatever the thing was going on in town where they tried to get Rain out of it, the whole floating parade and all that thing with Kikimura and all that. Was that an act? Or maybe since then, the more they've tried to like stifle Rain's memories, just one of the times the whistling thing happened to kind of cool it off and it didn't work, letting them realize what's going on and then fight back? Or have they always been aware and that they know that they're attempting to brainwash them. So they have to put on that guise and act. And also, like they said, it's to protect Ida. So you can't reveal yourself. You have to play along. Otherwise, you're just going to string her along into the whole mix as well. So I guess it was one of those situations where Rain was keeping her at a distance, pushing her away, making her think that this worked and that this wasn't what was going. I don't know. So maybe it's been an act the entire time then. And we saw this abomination bring them a secret letter here. Who's our abomination, people? Darius, the Coven head, who is not as bad as we were led to believe, even though they were reluctantly sent, in hindsight, to go capture Rain and Ida. Though I don't think at the time they knew it was Rain until after they captured Rain. But, as we've seen with Darius and his interactions with Hunter, he's not a bad dude. Like, he even disagrees with some of the Emperor's approaches. Are they working on the inside? And is that new? Was that always the case? Were they always working together, or did during the capture started to help? Or it's not Darius, and it could be, and I don't think this is the case, but it could be because their business has kind of been co-opted by the Emperor and his legions. It could be either one of the Blights. But my guess is it's probably Darius. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But she's all on for brainwashing Tara, but she's a little bit of a loose cannon. Not one for rules. Loves a Riley little bunch, loves torture and maiming and all that kind of stuff, and was willing to put children all throughout that. Even to the end of it, like even when they disobeyed and pushed against her rules, she was like, oh, well, you did disobey, so I can't give you a ribbon, but respect. So there was all of that. And there's always been this affinity for Rain, even all the way back till then. But Rain's been a star, just coming to this thing every time to maintain their scholarship, forgoing all of that in the end because they refused to back down from Ida, and that same in kind. Ida had the opportunity to help those kids capture Rain and win. She didn't, in spite of, she was doing this for, so she could stay by her sister's side. But this is actually kind of what I was saying even before. Like, a lot of these things were already in place before Ida's curse. When I was talking about the things that drove a rift between Ida and Lilith, was striving even then and quite clearly jealous of, the fact that she's reading these cards, she's studying her ass off, and Ida is just carefree, rather, better word, and just knows all these things in and out off the top of her head. Like that whole thing about the brew that they were talking about, like that didn't even occur to Lilith. But she was like, no, if it's this and this, because it matters if it's a waxing or waning moon. And she's like, what? Really? It does? And she didn't have to look. It was just, she was just messing around with that ball. And then, that causes her to buckle down. And then we know that pushes her towards doing what she does because she wants to prove herself. She wants to achieve their goal. She wants to do it together, but she also wants it for herself to prove a point, to show that she can succeed. And it's that thing where Ida is just so talented, and so is Lilith, but Lilith has to work twice as hard to get that because Ida's just a natural. And that can be so frustrating to deal with, especially between siblings. So this existed previously. Now, what we don't know about some of the things I speculated about is whether or not their mother treated them any differently. We didn't see any of that here, but quite clearly there was that rift, that gap between them even here. And the closer they get to this test, the more gravity that's going to have on them about the outcome of it, because they went into it thinking that maybe they could both succeed, but when it came down to only one could, that's when Lilith made her move, even though unbeknownst to her, Ida, she doesn't care about any of that. She just wants her sister to be happy and succeed, and she wants to be there to see it. So she conceded, and then all of that happens as a result of Lilith's insecurities, and that's the tragedy of it all, and then the making up of that throughout all of this, and the fact that eventually that is what drove that rift between them, was this act. It's fun. It's just tragic as all hell. But I loved rewinding time and getting to see Ida in school and a lot of the other parents and adult figures that we've seen come together, and just get to see the chemistry even stronger between her and Rain. And then obviously Principal Bump, and who was the principal before him. The gags with that character were really brilliant, especially with the office gags that they pulled in that. But like, again, just showing that like upon first meeting Bump, like it just like, you just can't judge a book by its cover. Obviously in this demon world, we're being introduced to all this new scary stuff, and he comes in with this thing on his head and trying to dissect a human being. You know, we don't know what to expect just yet, but then the more we get to know him, he's just so open, honest, warm, and welcoming. And then every episode he makes an appearance, it's just more and more we get to see about, especially with him, you know, coming to support these kids, especially after Luce's involvement in breaking up the coven system in the school and a lot of the rules as well, and them being able to change and do whatever they want, study multiple things, and then figure it out from there. And then how he's not really tried to bump into any of that. And then going back to see that's always kind of been the case. And despite how he's treated Ida as an adult, looking back on their childhood, because it probably made things pretty difficult for him. But in the moment though, like the way he was so supportive and helpful with her was just so refreshing to see. And just how, again, bright and carefree Ida was and still is. She's not let the world take any of that away from her, or the curse. Even if the world has kind of thrown her out to the wayside as a result of some of that, she's not let that defeat her. And I think maybe obviously she became quite a bit of a criminal in her time. And I liked how they foreshadowed that about her possible futures. It does indeed come true. Even if she lost sight of that, by having Luce in her life, she was able to find that person again. So I think that's really interesting, because the way they talk about her even after the fact, once she did go on the run and leave, that, you know, she was a little bit of, I mean, she's always been a menace, but like, I don't know, the way they talked about her seemed a little more, but then again, it's, you know, Emperor's propaganda, who's what to believe. You know, either way, the point is, if there was ever a cloud over Ida, Luce helped clear that up and bring her back to a little bit closer to that innocence she had as a child. And I like just the highlight of all of this. And again, these little insights into Lilith and her's dynamic as children, and how that influences Lilith's future decisions and then eventual regret and guilt and all of this, and how it works towards that resolution in the end. Brilliant little episode. Love a good backstory episode, just like Luce. That was good. That was some good shit. I don't really have anything else to say at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherritt, York Scott, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, Watchtower, Domi, Gregory Toner, Lily Chan's son, and Joshua Swinnell. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.